I put something off for 10 years that only took one weekend to do, and I still regret it. When my wife and I first got married, I bought my grandfather's house. We moved in there, and the place needed a lot of updating. But we didn't exactly have a pile of money, so I tried to repurpose things where I could. And one of the things I did to try to save some cash was there was these two long, short windows in one bedroom that made no sense where they were. So I moved them into the hallway that went into our bedroom. And within like 2-3 months after they went in there, the seals broke. They were no good, they were leaking. So I never got around to finishing them. I left them in there, but I didn't put the trim up, I didn't put curtains up, I didn't paint them, I just left them alone and said, you know what, when we have time and we have money, I'll fix it for real. 10 years later, we're trying to sell this house. We're ready for the next adventure. But every time someone came to look at the house, they'd take one look at those windows in the hallway and they'd get cold feet. They'd walk away. And most of the time, they were citing those windows as one of the reasons they didn't want the house. So finally, after like the 5th or 6th person turned the house down, I got fed up with it. So one Friday after work, I drive myself to Home Depot. I buy 2 windows. They're matched to the width, but they're taller. So I know I got my work cut out for me, but I'm not scared of it. It's what I do for a living. And by the end of the day on Sunday, everything was painted. I had blinds and curtains up. It was back to brand new. The following morning, my wife and I went back just to check up on the house and make sure that I was all cleaned up and everything was good to go for the next showing. And when I came around the corner, she was just standing there staring into the hallway. And so I walked over, asking her, is something wrong, And she turned to look at me and she was crying. When I looked around her shoulder, I understood why. It was absolutely beautiful. That hallway was stunning. It was everything it should have been for the last 10 years. We had spent 10 years living in that house with old broken windows leading down the hallway into our bedroom, when we could have been looking at that view every single morning for a decade. We don't put things off because they're impossible. We put them off because they seem hard. But sometimes the price we pay isn't a financial one. I paid with 10 years of our lives that could have been a little bit brighter every morning, a little bit better. In my case, the broken window in my life, the thing I was putting off, was an actual broken window. But there are other broken windows in my life that are a little more metaphorical. I learned the hard way that those things aren't worth putting off. What's the broken window in your life?